Imagine a life where your success isn't determined by bursts of motivation or willpower, but by small, consistent habits that shape your future. What if I told you that just 1% improvement each day could lead to extraordinary transformation over time? Welcome to the world of Atomic Habits by James Clear, a book that reveals the science behind how small changes lead to massive results. In this video, we'll break down the key lessons from Atomic Habits, using compelling stories, relatable examples, and real-life applications so you can start making meaningful changes today. If you're ready to take control of your habits and build the life you want, hit that like button and subscribe for more game-changing insights. Now, let's dive in. The power of Atomic Habits. The core idea of Atomic Habits is simple but profound. Small habits, repeated over time, create massive outcomes. James Clear explains that habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Tiny changes might seem insignificant in the moment, but when compounded over months and years, they lead to extraordinary results. Think of a plane taking off from Los Angeles, bound for New York. If the pilot adjusts the plane's trajectory by just a few degrees south, the passengers won't notice at first. But by the time they reach the other side of the country, they'll land in Washington, D.C. instead of New York. The change was tiny at the start, but over time, it had a massive impact. The same applies to habits. Let's consider two people. One decides to eat a little healthier and go for a 10-minute walk each day. The other starts snacking more and skipping exercise. In a week, the difference is invisible. In a month, it's still minor. But in a year, the first person is healthier, more energetic, and confident, while the other is out of shape and feeling sluggish. Small habits shape our trajectory in ways we don't realize until time magnifies their effects. This is why success isn't about making huge, drastic changes overnight. It's about focusing on small, consistent improvements. If you improve by just 1% every day, you won't be 365% better in a year. You'll be 3,800% better, thanks to the power of compounding. Identity-based habits. Becoming who you want to be. One of the most powerful insights from the book is that lasting change isn't about setting goals. It's about changing your identity. Most people set goals like, I want to lose 20 pounds, or I want to read more. But James Clear suggests a different approach. Focus on the identity you want to embody. Instead of saying, I want to lose weight, say, I am a healthy person who takes care of my body. Instead of saying, I want to read more, say, I am a reader. Think about an Olympic athlete. They don't just train occasionally because they have a goal. They train because they are athletes. Their identity drives their behavior. Similarly, when you adopt an identity, your habits follow effortlessly. A great real-life example is someone who quits smoking. If they tell themselves, I'm trying to quit smoking, they still see themselves as a smoker resisting cigarettes. But if they say, I am not a smoker, their identity has shifted. It's no longer a struggle. It's simply who they are. To change your habits, don't just focus on what you want to achieve. Focus on who you want to become. The 4 laws of behavior change. James Clear outlines 4 fundamental laws that make habits stick. Let's break them down with real-world examples. Make it obvious. If you want to build a habit, you need to create clear cues that trigger the behavior. Want to drink more water? Keep a full water bottle on your desk. Want to work out more? Lay out your gym clothes the night before. Make it attractive. The more appealing a habit is, the more likely you'll stick with it. A great trick is habit stacking. Pair a new habit with something enjoyable. If you love listening to music, only allow yourself to listen to your favorite playlist while exercising. If you want to read more, light a scented candle and make reading a relaxing ritual. Make it easy. Reduce friction so your habits become effortless. Want to eat healthier? Prep your meals in advance. Want to write more? Keep a notebook within arm's reach. The easier a habit is, the more likely you'll stick with it. Make it satisfying. Our brains love instant rewards. Track your progress, celebrate small wins, and reinforce good habits by making them enjoyable. A habit tracker can be a great way to visually see your consistency and keep you motivated. These laws also work in reverse if you want to break a bad habit. Make it invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. The plateau of latent potential. Why habits feel hard at first. One of the biggest reasons people give up on habits is because they don't see immediate results. This is what James Clear calls the plateau of latent potential, the period where you're putting in effort but not seeing visible progress. Imagine an ice cube in a freezing room at 25 degrees. You start heating the room, 26, 27, 28 degrees, but the ice doesn't melt. You keep going, 29, 30, 31 degrees, still nothing. But at 32 degrees, suddenly, the ice begins to melt. Did all the effort before 32 degrees mean nothing? No, the change was happening beneath the surface all along. This is exactly how habits work. Results don't always show up immediately, but that doesn't mean progress isn't happening. If you're building good habits and feel like you're not seeing results, stay patient. The breakthrough moment is coming. Environment matters more than motivation. Most people think they fail at habits because of a lack of motivation. But James Clear argues that environment plays a much bigger role. For example, if you want to eat healthier, keeping junk food in your kitchen makes it harder to resist. But if you replace it with healthy snacks, you naturally make better choices. If you want to work out more, joining a gym near your house or setting up a workout space at home removes obstacles. We often assume we need more willpower to change, but in reality, we just need a better environment. Small tweaks, like placing a book on your pillow as a reminder to read before bed or keeping your phone in another room to avoid distractions, can have a massive impact on your habits. So, what do you think? Which of these habit strategies will you try first? If this video gave you a new perspective, hit that like button, leave a comment sharing your favorite insight, and subscribe for more life-changing content. Remember, success isn't about huge changes. It's about small, consistent habits that shape your future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.